All right. So we are going to get started. What's up, everybody? Hello to everyone in the room. Hello, my name is Martell Matthews. I am the COO of Black Wall Street and the CEO of Good Feeling Hemp. And today is our hey, look, everybody saying hey in the chat. Today is our Friday. It's the very first week of the mastermind group. Whoop whoop, everybody. We are growing. We're in week 1. This is our first ever members presentation Friday, right? We got member presentation Friday. So it's amazing. Before we get started, I want to set the agenda for everybody who's listening in on Facebook, on YouTube, and everybody who's live in the room. First, we'll do popcorn. We'll pop around. Everybody will give a quick introduction just by saying your name, where you're from, and what business, what do you do? What's your career? What's your business? And then from there, I'll come back and get our guest of the evening, our special mastermind presenter, Miss Eileen Marcel. I'll bring her to the stage, tell you a little bit about what she's going to present about, and I'm gonna let her take everything away. So I started already by telling y'all my name is Martell. I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm the CEO of Good Feeling Hemp and the CEO of Black Wall Street. And I'm happy this year. I'm so happy to be here with all of you and start this revolution of this Black Empower Mastermind group. And with that, I'll pass it off. And since we're both on camera, Miss Eileen, would you like to go next?
Hey everyone, I'm Eileen Marcel from Somerset, New Jersey. I'm the founder and CEO of Wills and More LLC. I proudly use my platform to be able to provide affordable wills, living wills, medical power of attorney, financial power of attorney, and minors trust. I realized that in the business community, we build amazing businesses, have a lot of real estate, but don't have an estate plan in place. And I like to level that playing field as well as empower small businesses so they can keep their business running. Thanks for allowing me to share.
Awesome. Thank you. Everybody else, if you would like to, one at a time, come off of, unmute your mic and present. You can just let us know your name, where you're from, and what you do.
Hey everybody, my name is Desiree French. I am based here in Houston, Texas, and I am singer, songwriter, actress, and also the VPO of Black Wall Street.
Awesome. Hey, Desiree. Anybody can go next, whoever is feeling up to Froggy. Whoever wants to leave, whoever wants to go next, you can go. Just unmute your mic. Let us know your name, where you're from, and what you do.
Everyone's feeling shy tonight, I see.
Yeah, I guess so. We got a couple of people in the room, but no worries. Or maybe y'all mic's not working, or maybe y'all just don't want to present. That's okay. Well, we will keep the party going, keep it moving. If their mics aren't working, or anyone can speak. Guess not. Okay, Miss Eileen. So we will continue forward. Eileen, sorry.
That's okay, thank you.
Miss Eileen, just y'all said it correctly. So today, the reason why we wanted you to come speak to our community members is mainly because you talk so much about generational wealth when it comes to making sure you're protected, right? And so many of our mastermind members, but in general, just our community, are not protected and don't have the resources they need to be protected. And your company, as well as your affiliates, have created and have amazing systems to help with that. So I am going to let you, the mastermind of the hour, take over of the 30 minutes, however long this thing happens, take over the reins here and let us know everything about Wills and More, as well as Legal Shield and the things that you can offer to our community.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for the opportunity to share. Thanks for that introduction. And the big question I need to ask everyone, first and foremost, do you have a legal team protecting your family and your business? Well, in case you don't, I'm going to share some information that will allow you to have that. So the question I want to ask you tonight is, how do business owners make legal decisions today? So pretty much we're like, it makes sense. Or it's a Google decision, like we're going to ask Google. Both of those can be fatal errors for your business, because what happens is that I personally don't have a doctorate of jurisprudence. I am not an attorney. I don't pretend to be one on TV. However, I don't make decisions without first having some kind of legal or some kind of study done or understanding of what I'm getting into. Google is only as good as the information that somebody puts up there, so it can be a wrong answer. Now, if you don't have a legal team, you don't want to use the legal team that Mike Tyson used when he had that problem in Connecticut. He ended up in an orange jumpsuit. You wouldn't have the right attorney for the right job. And we all know as business owners, not what you make, it's what you keep. So we definitely don't want to pay high hourly rates. So what can our legal team do for you? We can make things simpler, easier, and way more affordable. So to share a quick story with you, I had a client, and she had a queasy feeling about her business partner, but he was going to do something shady, and he did. He did a hostile takeover, didn't even tell her what was going on. So I told her that she needed to have a legal team speak with someone about what was going on to see how she can get out of that partnership. She didn't do it. So a few months later, I get a phone call from her, only to find out that she was locked out of the business, and a Keystone cop, wasn't even a real officer, I don't believe, was stationed in front of the door and told her she couldn't gain entry. Had she listened, she could have had access to her firm just from her phone, but she didn't. So she's now doing something entirely different and lost her business and lost everything that she put into it. So if you have a queasy feeling about what you're doing, you need to act on that. And you need to have a legal team to do that. So there's no more stressing, guessing, finger-crossed decisions, Google decisions, or even sleepless nights, because we have an app that's going to give you access to a legal team. So let me share with you what we do, why it's important to be able to protect your assets. So this is what we call the crown jewel package, because it protects both your personal legal needs as well as your business legal needs. So I'm just going to put it in story form instead of going bullet point by bullet point. What you're able to have, if you are a business owner, you want to be able to leave a legacy and not a mystery. And what happens is that if we don't have anything in place, no estate plan, we're leaving a mystery. We have real estate, we're leaving chaos. So what we offer is protection for your legal personal things as well as your business. So I don't know, I have no access to the chat, but the question I would like to ask is, does everyone on this call or on live stream have a will? And the whole idea isn't that it's a doom and gloom scenario, family. What it is an opportunity to give your family peace of mind and to empower them to do what needs to be done. So there's legal advice that's needed on the personal side, got it. If you need to have personal contracts reviewed, done. Letters, done, right? But the will is so important because you don't want to leave a mystery. Now we drive a lot. And we go from place to place. And if you get a speeding ticket, what are you going to do? Perfect idea is to have that legal team that's going to be able to go to court with you on that traffic violation, whether you're in Texas, New Jersey, California, Alabama, even Canada. So we love what we do with regards to that. 24-hour day access is what that woman needed to have when she was locked out of her business, wouldn't you agree? But she didn't. So we provide you with that too. So in a nutshell, we're going to be able to provide your family with the things that you need to make sure that your personal stuff is taken care of. Whether you are single, whether you have a family, if your children are young or old, we're able to make sure that you have these things in place. Wills and More is my pride and joy. That is my brand. And we've assisted on over 350 of what we call love letter will packages. And for each person that has the legal team that we provide, you get that too. So on a business note, because I'm talking to some astute business owners, just imagine having access to a legal team for 5 EIN numbers anywhere in the United States. You don't have to just do business in Texas. You could do business anywhere. You get the unlimited business legal advice so that you're not making that mistake, right, before you do something. I work with a lot of real estate investors, and they're home-based business owners, basically. And what's so important is to be able to have those contracts reviewed. Unless you're an attorney, no sense in trying to do it yourself, because the bold print gives and the fine print takes away. So when you have an opportunity to have 4 business contracts reviewed per month, up to 25 pages, to me, I jumped all over it because it just made sense. But for the most part, the bold print gives and the fine print will take away. So that leads me to, as business owners, did you create your own contracts? Or did someone create them for you? Or did you just use a template and just hand it over? Whatever the case may be, with the services that we offer with our legal services, you're able to draft your own just pull one offline, fill it out to the best of your ability, and have an attorney actually fine-tune it, lawyer it up for you so that it protects the back and front end of your business. You are doing great things, so you don't want anything to stop you, especially of a legal nature. If you treated unfairly, we'll write that letter. You got people that choose not to pay you even though you provided the service. No, we don't do the Sopranos brand of debt collection. We're not bringing a baseball bat, saying we're going to break your kneecaps. If you don't pay the bill, we're going to send a letter with attorney's letterhead with about 20 attorneys on it. So it kind of makes a difference, kind of scares them into submission. And I don't know if this ever happened to you, but unfortunately it happened to me. I got audited for my Schedule C. They thought I was treating my business as a hobby. I was taking care of an elderly parent, so I wasn't doing as much with the business, so they thought I was just playing around. But guess what? As a small business owner, why should you have to panic? We will send a tax attorney with you to the audit. So these are the kinds of things that you're going to be able to protect your family and your business with for under $50 a month. It's $44.90 per month. And it's a legitimate tax write-off. For those of us that may not, or those of you, or those of us, I don't know the correct terminology at this point, but for those that do not have your LLC set up, I've heard different prices and I've seen people do it and not do it right. So you want to make sure you get it done right the first time. So we have a product called Launched by Legal Shield, right? And so if you don't have it, this is a service that can get it done for you for $149 and you just pay the filing fee. Your single member LLC, business name EIN, and articles of organization and your entity formation. It's definitely worth the price of admission, and it is a tax write-off. So you're going to continue to pay after the 3rd month. However, you're going to have all these things in order. So I wanted to go over these things. I wanted to do it a little differently. However, due to my lack of technical skills and graphic skills, I had to go with this format, but hopefully this was clear and helped you with any questions you may have, but I'll be open for questions after. But this is for your home-based business. And I forgot to mention, if you are a real estate investor, we will protect up to 10 residential rental properties. We're not going to court with you for $180 for the year, but we'll make sure that you can handle it yourself in court, or you can retain us for a reduced price. So that's our crown jewel, and that's what having a legal team could look like for you. $44.90 per month. A regular everyday attorney is going to charge you at least $250, and it's going to be a la carte. This is the package that can definitely be a difference maker for you, your clients, and your businesses. Now, there are other business owners that have a lot of moving parts, may have a high exposure to litigation. So I'm just going to simplify this. If you have a lot of business partners, you have a choice between the plus and the pro. The difference between these two is it protects one EIN number, but we add on the trial defense. So I don't know if you've ever been sued, but if you need 100 hours of trial defense at $250 an hour, you're looking at $25,000. Now I'll tell you, if I had $25,000, I'm taking my family to the Maldives for 2 weeks. I hope that's enough. But at the end of the day, it's a matter of knowing that I could pay $180 to have 100 hours of trial defense, or I could pay $25,000. But what was so important to me when it came to the Plus plan, I wanted to trademark my business. I don't know if anyone has ever done that before or is looking to do so. We have a plan for that as part of the legal team that you would be provided with. Now, that's a personal choice, or that's a conversation we can have after, but it's so important to know that you can have your contracts reviewed, set up a little differently with these two plans. The last plan we don't even offer because it doesn't have the teeth I feel are necessary to protect our small business owners and their families. So you could pay $184 per month, or it's just a matter of just knowing what the services are, and then we could fill in the blanks as to what you may need. We could do an assessment just to see what is it that your business needs to protect itself. What I found is that small businesses that have high exposures to litigation, like trucking companies, limo companies, daycare centers, anywhere where somebody else you may be sued because of someone else's negligence, you definitely want to make sure that you have something like that in place. So I don't know if we want to go into the identity theft part. So let me pause here and see if there are any questions.
I definitely had one question for you. When I was looking through this and I thought about the having everything set up, is that connected if you are like if you wanted to do a trust? Does the legal team actually help with understanding how to set up your will and the trust as well, or is that directly with you?
Okay, so this is how it works. That's an excellent question. Through Wills and More, I'm able to do the paperwork to protect you, to provide, to get the will set up. So we provide you, I do a questionnaire with you, which we've been using for years, and it's all the information the law firm needs to create your will, living will, medical power of attorney, financial power of attorney, and minor's trust. And if you need a special needs trust for a family member, we do it at a reduced rate. Now, the trust is a whole different thing. Our attorneys are going to have, based on the information that we provide, you're going to be able to have a conversation with an estate attorney. And that estate attorney is going to assess what your assets are, what your net worth is, and what you're looking to protect. And then that conversation will be with someone who's going to be able to do what's necessary to get that trust in place. I believe that the will is the first step. I also have found that there's a lot of folks that have been misinformed, if you will, that everybody needs a trust. No, you only need a trust if you have something to put in it. And so I've been in the homes of 80-year-old women that have trusts, but live in a one-bedroom apartment with no other property and nothing but what's in those few walls. So they got hoodwinked because Susie Orman said everyone needs a trust. So it's on an individual basis, and that's a conversation you're able to have with someone who's expert in that area.
Awesome. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Thank you.
Hi, I have a question.
Okay.
So I currently have an LLC, but I was wondering, could Legal Shield help me turn it into either an S Corp or a C Corp? Do they handle that type of thing as well?
They do. That would be, so if you already have the LLC, the conversation would be, okay, this is what I have. This is what I'm looking to do. They can give you the advice whether you need to do an S Corp or a C Corp. It depends on what you're looking to do. That is so out of my area of expertise. That's why I'm so grateful that we have business attorneys that can definitely give you the proper advice so that you can do what you need to do and to protect your assets and your assets as well as your personal stuff too.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Now we got radio silence. My dog's trying to break in.
No, that's awesome. Do we have any other questions before we clap it up for Miss Eileen for the presentation? Any other questions?
No, I don't have any questions. I was kind of curious about the ID shield.
Oh, okay, I can go into that. Absolutely. I just, wanted to stop with the business plan stuff and then, with permission to continue on. So absolutely, I will go into the identity theft part. because it's really an excellent service. And just based on the work I do with real estate investors and just business owners, you really want to have good credit so that you can get business credit, so you can use other people's money. So let me show you what we offer. So we have what's called ID Shield, and our services are top of the line. And it's for individuals and families. We monitor everything that matters. And when you monitor everything that matters, that helps protect what's going on with your credit score. Okay, so first we start with the credit score. We're going to monitor your social security number, your passport, your driver's license. And I don't know if you've ever gotten a crazy email from a friend or family member that, oh, I left my wallet at home and lost my phone. Can you send me $100? Why'd you know, this just doesn't make sense. But when you ask the person what happened, they'd let you know that their email had been hacked. So people are hacking other people's emails to be able to gain access to their contacts. Usernames and passwords get hacked all the time. And most often, anything that goes wrong with your credit happens in the dark web. So I'll share a quick story with you. About 2 years ago, we got a phone call from Enterprise in Baltimore City. They wanted to know when we were going to return their minivan. We live in Somerset, New Jersey. That's a good 3-hour drive. It turned out that someone who did not look like my husband had gone into the dark web, pulled his driver's license, put their picture on it, and stole a minivan in my husband's name. I was slightly upset because he hadn't downloaded the app, because we would have known that someone was messing with his driver's license. But, you know, it's downloaded now. Forgave him for that. But the problem is this. The dark web, you can buy and sell, do anything with people's information or people on the dark web. So we monitor that. And in social media, I know y'all are awesome at it. I am not at all. So we have our own social media reputation management system where we have our own technology that scans for potentially damaging information that's been placed on your Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, and YouTube. And so what's crazy is that y'all work hard, we work hard so that when you are on social media, the world sees the best of what you want to put out there. Not what somebody decided to show some shade, just to put bad stuff up about you. So we have our own technology that scans for that. We find it, we reach out to you, say, hey, look, we found this, we're going to take it down. So it's important to have that in place, to have somebody monitoring those things for you. Now, going back to that car theft situation, we had a licensed private investigator that this dude was off the hook. He did everything that needed to be done. So it turned out that it didn't affect my husband's credit score, didn't affect our finances, and he has a special character in his driver's license, so it can never happen again. And he has the app downloaded, so he'll know if someone tries. But they work as long as it takes to do whatever it takes to restore your identity to its pre-theft status. And there is an unlimited service guarantee, so they're going to get it done. And this app, and the app is so cool, it shows you your credit score like that. And sometimes that's a beautiful thing, sometimes it's not. But at the end of the day, you want to know where you are so you can get your credit straight for yourself, so you can get the business credit, so you can use other people's money to finance your business, build your business, and bolster your real estate empire. Now, we all work on our devices. I know Martel he had a couple of calls coming in. He had he was working with a few devices when I came on, trying to see which one was working the best. So we need to make sure that our devices aren't hacked by malware infections. And it's going around because folks have nothing else to do. Send you an email, you click on it, there's the virus. We go places, and the first thing you see on the wall is free Wi-Fi. Free Wi-Fi is not our friend. Absolutely is not. Because what happens, you go into free Wi-Fi, folks have access to your accounts, have access to everything that's in your devices. And they can either clean you out, wreak havoc. So it's better to connect to your own virtual private network than to connect to a risky Wi-Fi network. We were in Maui in July with Legal Shield. And the first thing on the wall we saw when we got to the hotel was, welcome to the Maui Hyatt. Here's the free Wi-Fi. Didn't touch it because we didn't need any problems. The password manager, I'm a self-proclaimed dinosaur, and I had a great password, forgot said password, it got hacked, and then I forgot everything else I did. So now I have unique, tough to hack passwords to keep me out of trouble. And as I mentioned, I do a lot of wills. So it's important that most of us here on the line do not have a regular paper telephone book, but we use our cell phones. So this is my telephone book, will be my telephone book. But when I'm not here, no one has access to it, but through the password manager, it does. So as we create our legacies and create our estates, we want to make sure we make it easier for everyone. And the password manager is one of those things that helps, especially if you have cryptocurrency, anything that somebody needs to know it exists and needs to know how to access it, needs to be noted somewhere. And the password manager helps with that. We do credit counseling and education. And it's not like it's going to be your like a whole big education. It's going to be counseling basically to let you know what you need to do to improve your credit rating. And by improving your credit rating, you're improving your credit score. And so you have experts that are going to work with you. Some of them are a little abrupt about it, when it comes down to why do you go to Macy's 3 times this week and buy 4 pairs of shoes? They're going to try to reel you in so that you can get focused on what it takes to get your credit right, so you can follow the formula for other people's money. Privacy management. I live in a house full of techies. I have an Alexa in every room. Mine stays unplugged because it has a microphone. And whatever I'm doing business, it's listening. So I keep it unplugged for the privacy. But we have experts that can tell you how to, I probably should have done that myself, how to take care of, to change the privacy settings to be more proactive to protect your privacy in your home. So the pricing on the plans are, if you're an individual, no kids, no spouses, it's $19.95 a month, and it protects up to 3 devices. Now, if you're a family, it protects up to a member, their significant other, and up to 10 children. I don't know who has 10 children anymore, but that's what it does. And any children between the ages of 18 and 26, they're covered also. So that's what the identity theft product does. And by having something like this in place, it enables you to, one, know what's going on in your social media, because there's folks that are just looking to just put stuff up just because they can. And you also want to know that if there's something going on your credit report, if you need that letter written, that you don't have to be hijacked by one of those companies that charges between $80 and $120 to write dispute letters. You want to, if you're going to have a dispute letter that you're not going to write yourself, have it done on attorney's letterhead, let them handle it for you. And so that's what we do with our Identity Theft Shield.
I definitely have one question for you, Ms.
Sure.
Eileen. So with Identity Shield plus the actual Legal Shield service, if we use Identity Shield and we see someone's, bringing, defaming our account or saying negative things that are untrue, we can then go to Legal Shield and they will send the stop and assist or the stop and cease or whatever letter.
Cease and desist letter.
Cease and desist, yes.
The cease and desist letter, absolutely. So what would happen is if you found something like that and you know who did it, case in point, I have a client that so he has his own website, he has his own business, and he put some pictures, shop pictures, stock pictures you can find on the internet. He put a couple up there. There's a company that trolls through people's email, through people's websites to see if they could claim those pictures and try to extort money from you because you had the stock picture. So the law firm and our identity theft experts have been working with him and going at that company so that they, first of all, cease and desist, and also, give him some money for the aggravation and inconvenience. So our law firms work very closely with identity theft department to make sure that both sides are protected.
That's amazing. It's like you a big Fortune 500 company.
You know what? We got to act like we are.
That's awesome.
We have to treat it as it is. that we are worth way more than anyone could ever imagine. And we need to protect our houses, business and personal. Did I answer your question, Frank?
Oh, that was Martell. Yeah, you
That was
did.
Martella. Oh, okay, because I know somebody asked about the identity theft. I thought I saw her name. Okay, cool. So
Oh,
hopefully that.
that was Frank earlier.
So does anyone have any further questions? Because I'd love to answer them.
I don't have a question, but this is amazing and we need this.
Absolutely. I have just about every, I have the identity theft, have had it for years. And I have this plan, the Crown Jewel plan, because less than 27% of all African Americans have their wills done. And our mission with Wills and More is to move that number from less than 30% to 50%, one family at a time. And so by doing this, as a matter of fact, I'm doing a will seminar on Sunday at 3 o'clock, or 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But what I love to do is to just educate people so they can see what I call it demystifying and simplifying the estate planning process. And I guarantee I'll make you laugh at least once, because it's not a doom and gloom scenario. It's a matter of just protecting what you're building. We don't want to build things and then have them die with us. So we want to make sure everything we build remains part of our legacy, and to be able to have that access. I love what we do. And so, yes, I believe everybody does need to have this. It just is, for me, and to know that it's a tax write-off. So whether you use it or not, that you could write it off anyway. We're talking a little less than $600 for the year, but this is powerful, I believe. And when you factor in this part, if you do need this, it's something that you can write off, but it's the peace of mind, because you know there's folks that are always looking. We live in the United States of America, you sue anybody. So if you're doing well, there's going to be somebody, just like what happened with my client, and someone just trolling to see if there are pictures on his website. It can happen anywhere. And if someone decides they want to sue you, why would you want to have to go into your pocket for it when it's right there, ready to go? And these attorneys aren't playing around. They're not, folks that we just found somewhere. They have to have an AV rating. They have to show that they are worthy to work with us.
So is ID Shield and Legal Shield one package, or are they two separate packages?
They're two separate packages. So
Okay.
I should have kept that slide in there, but what happened? Let me go. Let's see. Let me do a new share, and I can show you the pricing. This one I'm trying to figure this. Oh. No, that's not the one I wanted. Okay, let me stop sharing, and I could bring up the price point for you.
This is so powerful, though. While you're bringing that up, I just want to thank you. This is really, really great information that a lot of people don't know is available for so affordable, at such an affordable cost.
Absolutely. And that's why I love sharing this information, and so honored to be able to speak with folks that look like us, young folks doing the doggone thing, and making sure that you have the power that no one could put you, mess with what you're building. And so that's why I truly, truly, truly love what we do. Here we go. Okay, here we go. I'll just go from the beginning and just slide right through. There we go. I keep harassing that dog. My goodness. There is share screen. Okay, great. Are you seeing the members' perks and the price of peace of mind and protection?
Yes,
Awesome. Is this just one big screen or should I? Because sometimes I have little side notes there. Are you seeing the side notes or just the big screen?
I can see the side notes,
Okay.
but that's okay.
All right, no, I'll get it right. So. Now you seeing the whole picture?
Yep, full screen.
Yay, success. I have probably every so often it goes smoothly and sometimes it doesn't. So the price of peace of mind and protection, if you wanted to protect yourself with identity, if you're an individual, you're looking at $63.85 per month for the crown jewel with the individual identity theft and the legal plan, right? So the crown jewel is the legal plan with the home business supplement. So it's $44.90 plus $19.95, which is $63.85. Now, if you have a family and you want to protect the entire family with the identity theft shield and the legal plan and the home business supplement, you're looking at $79.85, and that protects the entire family. Of which that $79.85, $44.90 is a legitimate tax write-off. You might even be able to include the identity theft because that's going to enable you to be able to get your business credit. So with some creative accounting, you're able to write pretty much the whole thing off.
Nice.
That's awesome. So over there where it says member perks,
Yes, that's
what
awesome.
does that mean?
Okay, so by being a member of Legal Shield and having us as your legal team, you get discounts, right? So I run in Adidas. My husband wears Ray-Ban. I walk in Reebok. I'm a new grandma. My granddaughter is 10 and a half months old, made Christmas the best in the last 17 years. I got my grandma's swag from Graco at a discount. Got my car seat, got my stroller. My mom and dad told me I couldn't get the high chair from them, so I had to be obedient. I told you the Enterprise story. I live in Costco. I've been there like 5 times this week, and it's only Friday. You can get discounts on your cell phones, either the actual devices or the services. You can get discounts on computers, Lenovo's, things like that. If you need furniture, overstock. But I light a Yankee candle every night before I go to sleep because I love the scent of lavender. So all of these provide you with discounts all from the app that we use. So you're able to see what's on sale. In fact, we still use Enterprise after all that craziness. And I had to go to Long Island and I didn't want to drive my car. And I went to Enterprise and I was able to save 40% on the price of the vehicle. So instead of paying $100, I paid $60. So there are
That's
discounts
awesome.
all over. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love a good discount because I grew up shopping in the mall. So I learned how to shop from my mom. She was good. But yes, these are services that are definitely timely, and it's better to have them and not need them than to need them and not have them. And I definitely keep mine. And I could see, I would probably let my life insurance go first, but I really wouldn't do that. But this is the kind of thing that I like to have. And with our will, we've revised our will no less than 14 times so far because our daughters were young when we got it. And now we have a granddaughter. So we have to redo it. So, it's not like, and as big things happen in your lives, as life events come up, you can change your will accordingly. It's not like you write it once and just hope for the best. As you blow up, as things continue to grow in your businesses and in your lives, you can update it every time something changes. And that's included. There's no additional fee for that. If you have an outside attorney, they're going to charge you for what's called a codicil. and they're going to charge you more money.
So amazing. Very powerful. Very, very powerful stuff right here.
Thank you. I love what I do. I have so much fun doing it. And, you know, there's even a way to earn extra money doing it. So I'm just having fun. And I've done over 800 presentations since the pandemic. So I just love sharing this information and sharing it with exceptional young people like you. It's a matter of just knowing and appreciating, just seeing that then the questions that you're asking are so perfect, so vital to just knowing that this is something that most folks don't know about, but most folks need.
Most definitely. Peace of mind and protection. And I'm just so happy for all the people who are gonna get this information and be able to actually set their families up, you know, from whether it's the people who funnel into our mastermind group, whether it's the people listening on Facebook and YouTube, or, you know, just the people that we meet hand in hand and we can recommend to you. I think this is something that everybody and every family needs. So if they don't have it, this is definitely a service they can benefit from.
Absolutely. Let me just share one quick story. About a month ago, I was introduced to a young man who had the services, but no one told him how they worked. Right. So when I explained it to him, he has this very large real estate investors group that he's part of. And he said, everybody in my community needs this. I said, they do. He said, can I share it? I said, you can, and you can get paid to do so. And he has been, and people are seeing and like, oh my God, we didn't even know something like this was out there. So I'm just grateful to be able to share this information with you. And I look forward to doing this sharing this with anybody. And if you have any questions, let me put my information in the chat so you can feel free to reach out to me. Into the chat. Oh, there it is. Okay. Awesome. So I really, really appreciate the opportunity to share this information with everybody. And I look forward to doing this every time you ask me to.
Most definitely. Can we clap
Thank you so
it up?
much.
It's my pleasure. It is truly, truly my pleasure.
Thank you so much, Eileen.
Thank you. I'm just grateful to be with you guys on the Friday night, and I'm looking forward to doing some great things with this mastermind. I'm so excited about it. And I'm just gearing up the steam I've got a few different communities that I will be introducing to the mastermind. You know, because these young folks have brilliant minds, and I'm sure they're going to jump at the opportunity.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Together we can go so far. So thank you for presenting. This is the first ever mastermind membership presentation. So it was awesome. You did an amazing job, phenomenal job.
Thank you so very much.
Information. Yeah, I think you're gonna help a lot of people with all this info. Look, all the cheers that's coming in.
Yes.
I appreciate you all. Oh my goodness. So if this makes sense, let's set a time to get together so we can get you set up, get you protected, and you know, get that escort set up. You know, let's chat. I'm always just feel if my information's in the chat, give me a call and if you have questions, let me be of service to help you out.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And thank everybody else who joined tonight. It's a Friday night. Y'all could all be anywhere in the world, but y'all are here with us. And we appreciate you because you're a mastermind. This is the end of this mastermind session, but we do have another mastermind session coming up. Check into the mastermind group to know the calendar and what we have going on. And does anyone have any questions before we wrap up? Any last words before we close out this mastermind session?
Nope, all good on here. I just want to say again, thank you, Eileen, for the gems.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I might have any questions, but definitely appreciate the information.
Thank you so very much. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
Yes, thank you very much. And until next time, we'll see you all later. Be Black and be empowered. And
Yeah.
we look forward to the next meeting.
Yay. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. Brianna, give me a call. And anybody else, I'm available.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great evening, everyone.
See y'all later.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.